Level 1, Lesson 2. Your self-image is creation. Self-image, also called self-concept, is the cornerstone of manifestation within the law of attraction. Actually, it is more accurately conceived of as the law of assumption because the assumptions we make about ourselves and the world around us produce our reality. Those assumptions are what attract, and our assumptions are based on our self-image. So it goes self-image, assumptions, what we attract. Here's how you should think about it. Assumption is the cause, attraction is the effect of our assumptions. Assumption is the magnet, attraction is the things and people who are magnetized and pulled inexorably to us, for us, and by us. The law of attraction states that like attracts like. The law of assumption defines what that like is within the equation of the law of attraction. And that happens via our self-concept. That like is our self-concept. Once you understand this, you have just unlocked the secret to manifestation. We are the center of our own universe or reality, and everything is created for us, by us. Again, it is energy in, energy out, because we only believe what we consent to be true. Let me say that again. We only believe what we consent to be true. Now that is a very important statement because our beliefs are at the core of our self-image. It is fundamental in reprogramming our subconscious mind. So here's a great example. When I was going up for tenure and promotion at my university, I took the process very seriously. I listened to what my mentors told me, took all the feedback critically, methodically planned out the process on paper, mastered my craft in the classroom, and did whatever I needed to do as a budding professor to make an airtight case for myself to get tenure. And I did that because tenure is a one-shot deal. On the other hand, was a colleague of mine in the same boat who was offered a tenure track position as well. He, despite all the encouragement and advice given him, thought that he was an automatic shoo-in and ignored all the feedback, didn't plan out his path, and didn't seek to improve himself at his craft. Well, in the end, I was a slam dunk case that got rave reviews, and my friend/colleague unfortunately got denied. And the point is this with energy in, energy out, is that you can have two people in any context, two professors, two business owners, two athletes, two waiters, two whatevers. One will always succeed and the other will always fail. Because it all comes down to mindset. It's all how you show up to the things you do in life that determine your success. The energy you bring, energy in, energy out. It's the energy you bring as an input that defines the energy that is manifested as your output. It's quite simple. You want to change your output, that is, make more money, have a better relationship, lose weight, get promoted, get healthier, sleep better, etc., then you must change your self-image because your self-image is creation. It is the input. We will do an exercise that will transform your self-image at the end of this lesson. Energy self-image, energy self-out-image. Okay, see my corny pun there? Our current self-image is formed primarily from synapses that were wired from early childhood, from the years between 0 and 7, possibly even a little bit earlier. At this stage, we were basically all subconscious beings, as our conscious filters haven't been developed yet. This is why they say that children are sponges. Whereas adults can choose to either accept or reject a logical proposition, an idea, children between the ages of 0 and 7 cannot. Everything goes straight into their subconscious as their self-image. Everything you are experiencing right now is a product of your current self-image. From your successes to your foibles to whatever is not working in your life. The self-image is the main goal of your subconscious programming, and it will even go so far as to interfere with any positive goals you try and affirm via your conscious mind, because your self-image is an assumption that lies within your subconscious. So you have to see the interplay between conscious and subconscious going on. Well, this course will allow you to achieve anything you want by introducing new programming and the right goals to recreate yourself. There are safe, scientifically proven, and fun ways to do this. Above all, the process should be fun and happily transformative, where you will be creating positive feedback loops for successes and where your subconscious mind will magnetize the things, the people, and events to you on autopilot. One of my hobbies is playing guitar. I've played since high school, and I've played in several bands over the years, even having paid gigs in college and afterwards. As a guitarist, I was always a naturally strong strummer and rhythm guitarist. However, like all musicians, I tried to emulate the solos of my guitar heroes like Stevie Ray Vaughan or Richie Blackmore and Al Di Meola, but felt like the virtuosity side didn't come as naturally to me as other friends and musicians. What hung me up wasn't my hand and fingers on the fretboard, aka the flashy side, but rather my picking hand. More specifically, how I held my pick while picking the strings. Yes, by the way, this is a thing that holds a lot of guitarists up. I've been playing for quite some time, but over 30 years later, in 2022, I decided that I am going to literally change my mind. And by that, I mean my subconscious mind. When I practiced guitar in the afternoons, I would imagine myself a great soloist, holding the pick in a way that would optimize the quickness and efficiency of my picking hand. I told myself affirmations that would reinforce this. I focused my conscious awareness on my body and what it was communicating to me as I was playing. I listened to the dimensionality of what my gut was telling me to do, like get a pick that was grippier or firmer or etc. I acted on those feelings and bought about 5 or 6 different pick types and watched other guitarists on YouTube and employed them as my mentors that I studied in order to learn about various hand positions and the mechanics at the level of musicianship that I was focused on attaining. I reprogrammed my subconscious mind to modify my self-image to that of a person who effortlessly and naturally can single pick solo notes and allow myself to freely express what I wanted to play. I held subconscious limiting beliefs that I couldn't pick properly for over 30 years, and I dispelled them and replaced and freed myself from those limiting beliefs in only a few months. I changed my self-image, and now I can rip a guitar solo like I have never been able to do before. This course is called the Meta-5 Manifestation Method, and it employs 5 meta fields, which are correspondent to the levels of this course that are all interconnected. However, at the core of this model is your self-image. If you look at the star model below, each arm of the star contains one of the 5 fields: mind, body, language, dimensionality, and mentorship. This star is a visual representation of the totality of the Meta-5 manifestation, as each individual field is intrinsically and necessarily connected to all of the other fields, so that no single field exists in isolation, and that all contribute to each of the other fields. Each meta field is both a singularity and a collective. This is a very key concept because we cannot treat the 5 meta fields as separate. We must treat them as a part of the same ecosystem. Just like a tree cannot survive without the elements of sunlight or water or soil, so the mind cannot manifest without the body or language or the quantum dimensional realms within which we exist, nor the process of learning and patterning our reality via those that impart knowledge to us. And I cannot stress this enough. Study the star diagram for a moment. Now go over to it and start by tracing any of the elements within the star: as if you were drawing the star yourself, and you can see that each meta field is connected to all of the others. For example, since we are studying the mind, find a line along the star that connects the meta field labeled mind to each of the other 4 meta fields, that is mind and body, mind and language, mind and dimensions, and also do it for all of the other meta fields, that is body, language, dimensions, and mentors. You got it, you're a star. The point is that at the core of it all is you, your self-image. We are learning about the mind in this level and will proceed to tie in all of the other levels throughout the duration of this course. Each level corresponds to its own meta field.